Hello, welcome to the video. In this equation, we're given the picture of a graph of a line, and we're asked to write an equation that would describe that line. So one thing we can remember before we get started there is the general form of an equation can be written as y, some problems with my pen. There we go, y equals mx plus b. And the x and the y in this formula are always going to be there. But the m and the b, we're going to figure out what numbers to use there. So we need to find a number to use for the m and a number to use for the b. So let's begin by finding the b. The b in this equation tells us the y-coordinate of the y-intercept of the line. So if we go and look at our line here, our y-intercept is going to be the point where this line intersects the y-axis, or the vertical axis, and we can see there it is right there. Our y-intercept is happening at the y-coordinate of -5. So this point here would be the point 0, -5. That's my y-intercept. The x-coordinate is 0. The y-coordinate is -5. So we've figured out here that the b in this equation needs to be a -5. So we can start setting up our equation, which is going to look like y equals m. We still need to know m times x, but now we know it's plus a -5, so we could write plus -5, or we could just go ahead and write -5. So we found our m. Now let's think about how to, we found our b. Now let's think about how to find our m. The way to find m is to find the slope of the line. So when we think about calculating the slope of the line, we're going to think about if I pick any one point on the line and move to another point on the line, the slope, or m, is the rise over the run. So if I started at this point here, you want to choose points that are easy to tell the coordinates of. So this point here is easy to tell the coordinates. Here's another point that's pretty easy to tell the coordinates of. If I talk about moving from this point to that one, well, I can say how many points am I going up? I'm going up 1, 2. So that's my rise. I went up 2 units. And my run, how many points am I going over? I'm going over 1, so my run is 1. So the slope is the fraction 2 over 1, which reduces to 2. So that's the value I want to use for m in my equation. So I can now rewrite the equation again as y equals 2x minus 5. That would be one equation for the line shown, or one form of the equation that describes the line shown in this picture. And then if you want to, you could write it in next to the line to label it. This is the line y equals 2x minus 5, meaning every point on this line is a solution to this equation. If you're unsure of your answer and you want to check it, you can pick a point on the line and see if it works, if it satisfies that equation. So, for example, we could pick this point here on the line. The coordinates of this point, the x value is 3 and the y value is 1. So I could plug in x equals 3 here, right? It's telling me x equals 3, and see if 1 is what I get for y. So let's do that. If I plug in a 3 here, then I'm looking at 2 times 3 minus 5. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 5, well, that's equal to 1, which is what it said, right? It said y should equal whatever the x, 2 times whatever the x is, minus 5. So we're getting y equals 1, which matches what was here. So this point on the line does satisfy that equation, so that's further evidence that the equation we came up with was correct. So this is to check your answer, but this is your final answer right here, that equation of the form y equals something times x plus something, and the something you're adding could be negative.